You should feel like the main character. It's your life.
So you want to become the main character of your story, but you do not know how to, you do not understand the concept, you do not understand anything about main character story. What's that? You don't know. Stick to the end of today's video and you will know, and you will know how to become the main character of your story. Hey JT, hey beautiful, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to become the main character of your story. But firstly, I feel like I'll be doing you a disservice if I actually do not talk about what a story is. So according to my brain and the narration that I've come up with, and the definition, the narration, whatever you want to call it, that I've come up with about what a story is, I'd say a story is a narration of events that has occurred, incidents that are currently playing out, or experiences that are yet to play out. That's my definition of what a story is. And if you can define it any better, or you have a different definition of what a story is, you can just let me know in the comment section. But that's how I want to define it, because that's how I understand, and that's what I think a story is. Okay? Okay. So let's just get straight into the video. So you want to become the main character of your story because being the main character of your story holds a big influence on how your life turns out to be. You do not want to give people the power to be the main lead or the main character of your story. You want to take charge of your story. You want your story to be how you want it to be. And when I say your story, I mean your life. I mean your life, your career life, relationship, friendship. You want to be the main character of your story, because your story is your experiences, how it shapes you, what you're going through, your business, how that's just your story. So you want to be the main character in your story. You do not want to wake up one day and start feeling like the second lead in your own story. So with that said, I would like us to explain and to understand what a main character actually is.
Main character. The MC is the story. Without them, there is no show. Supporting characters are more interesting than the main character.
That's all for it. So with that said, what character do you want to be in your story? Do you want to be the main character, or you want to be the supporting character, or as I like to call it, the second lead, because I'm a K-drama kind of girl. So do you want to be the main character, or do you want to be the second lead or the supporting character in your story? We've seen movies where it feels like even if the main character is taken out of the movie, you'll be fine. You watch it regardless. And that's just wrong. That's not what you want in your life. You want your presence to be felt in your own story. You do not want to be missing from the scenes. You want to make decisions by yourself. So what kind of character do you want to be in your own story? So how can you apply the main character energy into your daily life? And I want to call it the main character energy because I do not want to call it the main character syndrome, because we will get there. Okay, so the first step is to love yourself. Love yourself, and I mean your physical appearance, inwards. Be nice to yourself. Show up and show up for yourself looking good. Have that confidence that the main lead is supposed to have. I don't want to be seeing the supporting character of your life and the supporting character is looking like it's supposed to be the main lead of your life. Even in reality TV shows, when they want to introduce the characters that matters, the way they introduce them is different. So your everyday life, your appearance matters. You want to show up and show up like the main lead of your character. You understand what I'm saying? The main lead of your life, before I said the character. The main lead of your story. You want to show up looking like the main lead of your story. That's what I mean. Okay. Now the second point or second step will be take back the power you've given to people to have opinions over your ideas, have opinions over your life. Like that power you've given, so much power. Some of us have given so much power to people that when you make certain decisions, it feels like if this person doesn't actually accept, or this person doesn't buy into the idea that I have brought in, then I'm not gonna do it. Who is the main lead of your story? Excuse me. Excuse me. So you're the main lead of your story. Make sure that decisions that you're making, you actually vet them and you're sure that those decisions are best for you. And as long as they are best decisions for you, do not listen to people that will try to put you down, people that will try to just make decisions for you when they are not the main lead of your life, when they are not the ones to be making such decisions for you. So your decisions in your life has a very big influence on how your life will turn out to be. If you want to travel, travel. You want to get a job, get a job. Make sure you be you. You want to leave the city and move to the next city, move. You are the main character in your own story. And that's what I have to tell you. Now, the third step is get working. I feel like you can't really be the main lead of your character if you know that financially other people have influence in your life. Let's say I want to start a business now and I know that I am not financially buoyant enough to carry what I want to do. And I'm going to depend on others to help me out. Hence, I'm not the main lead, because there's some people that the minute you start telling them, this, I want to do this, I want to do that, they start vetting it. And because they have so much power, and I mean financial power, to stop that thing that you want to do, they will say no. E.g. African parents, African parents, especially when it's something that they do not see eye to eye with you on it. Like, they don't really understand what it's about. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel and you're telling your African parents, I want to start a YouTube channel. Not now anymore, but I mean, like, when YouTube was not a thing. Some parents still don't acknowledge it, okay? And you're telling them, I want to be a YouTuber. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And they're looking at you like, in whose house? You're financially dependent on them. So obviously, you cannot be the main lead of your character or the main lead of your story in that instance. No. So get working if you want to become the main lead of your story. Get working, be financially, what's it called now? Financially, what was it? The word is so close to my mouth, but I can't pick it up. Yes, make sure that you're financially free. You've achieved financial freedom enough to become the main lead of your story. So that's the 3 steps that I have for you. Love yourself, okay? Take back the power and be financially free. Get working. Now, let's get down into the cook. Let's get down into business. Now, I've spoken to you about the importance of being the main lead in your own story, why it's important for you to be the main lead in your story. But then, there are some people that are main leads in their stories, and it's toxic. So, can we say that being the main lead in your story is toxic?
Is the idea that our anxiety often makes us think that we are the main character of everybody's story.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Everybody is the main character in their own story. It's when you give people the power to become main characters of your own story, that's when you become a supporting lead in your story. Do you get what I mean? So when I say it can become toxic, I'm talking about main character syndrome. And just as she has said, is when you feel like you are the main character of your own story and the next person's story, you turn into the mean girl that feels like she can control everybody, that feels like everything revolves around her, everyone is talking to her, everyone is looking at her, everyone is admiring her, everyone is obsessed with her. You become the mean girl, and that is how main lead syndrome, I want to call it main lead syndrome because that's what I call this one now. When I hear syndrome, it just does me like something serious. So yes, that's what I want to call this now. So that can be toxic, and if you are like that, find healing. You really need to find healing.
You need to introduce us to who you are, your thoughts, your ideas. You're the main character.
Yes,
What
you
we
are.
as the audience and the side characters think of your work is merely
An opinion, baby. And that brings me to the end of today's video. Mwah. See you next time.
hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried.